After his retaining his United States Championship inside the Elimination Chamber, Austin Theory issued an open challenge that was rapidly answered by the Rated R Superstar.
You think you know me?
Hometown hero in every sense of the word. The Rated R Superstar couldn't be any more Canadian if he came out drinking a Molson, watching Letterkenny on his iPad. I mean, Ottawa loves this guy with good reason.
Edge is back in Canada, and Edge is on the hunt for gold once more in WWE. 31 championships to his name for the Hall of Fame. But since returning after 9 years away, Edge has been missing out on gold, and it's here to change for the Rated R Superstar tonight. That's his message.
We've called Edge the ultimate opportunist for years with very good reason. In the moments after Elimination Chamber, Austin Theory issued the open challenge. Edge quickly accepted it. Here we are. Here we go.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the United States Championship! Introducing the challenger from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 241 pounds, WWE Hall of Famer, the Rated R Superstar! And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, he is the United States Champion, Austin Theory!
I don't know what all these Ottawans are booing about. I understand Justin Trudeau is a big Austin Theory fan.
That's the prize tonight. The United States Championship. It was a championship that Edge won against Kurt Angle back in November of 2001. Austin Theory was 4 years of age. It is the experienced legend against the current United States champion, Austin Theory. And Edge has already touched on how special this is. It's been 18 years since he wrestled in Ottawa.
And listen, I'm enjoying Edge's return to WWE, these final stages of Edge's career, his own admittance, not mine, as much as anybody. We are experiencing Edge in full effect as part of the WWE, something we never thought we'd see before. But the reality is this: Austin Theory is the now. Austin Theory is the future. Theory is a very polarizing individual, and that's why a superstar like Edge wants to compete against Austin Theory. Look at this athleticism. Edge would love to be the man who snuffs out the momentum of Austin Theory. Oh, wow! And that might do it.
Edge taking Theory to the outside to devastating effect.
Both of these men have to be feeling the effects of Elimination Chamber. Obviously, Austin Theory defended his title inside the chamber. Edge in a hellacious mixed tag team match alongside his wife, Beth Phoenix. They were victorious, but you can't tell me that Edge isn't a little worse for wear today than he was Saturday.
So determined, though, is Edge. Back in the ring he comes, and Edge will compliment Austin Theory all day long, Corey. But what he says he's missing is the mentality that he has.
Being a step ahead. It's exactly what Edge just showed us.
Edge for the victory earlier. Kick out by Theory. Can Edge become United States champion?
Eagle.
T live Tuesday at 8, only on USA.
It's a blockbuster main event here on Monday Night Raw. The prize, the United States Championship, currently held by Austin Theory. It's a Hall of Famer in Edge looking for gold tonight.
Listen, if you're a superstar on the rise, which Austin Theory truly is, you live for these types of opportunities. It is extremely rare to have a WWE Hall of Famer who's still an active competitor, still up to the task of challenging for a title the way Edge is right now. Austin Theory knows if he wants to reach the next stratosphere, he's got to do it at the expense of someone the caliber of a rated R superstar. Oh, that's not going to help Theory's case.
Edge playing games with Theory and then dumping him in that fashion.
And also when you're a competitor the caliber of Edge, boom! You want to prove to yourself that you've still got it. You still have what it takes to compete at the highest elite levels in WWE. That's what we're seeing from Edge right here. Case in point.
Cover now. Edge hooks the leg for the victory kick out by Theory. Edge saying it earlier on, now with the Judgment Day in the rear view. I want to go back to the goals I first set when I came out of retirement, and that is to become a champion again.
I think Edge has a bit of a personal beef with Austin Theory, seeing as how Edge is a veteran in the locker room. He's happy to offer leadership, to offer advice to anyone who dare ask him. Theory has not been that guy. Theory's the guy who turns his nose up at a Hall of Famer and says, watch this, old-timer, I'm going to show you how it's done. That gets under Edge's skin, but that's also what makes Theory such a special talent. He is brash, he is cocky, and he is the now.
He certainly is talking the talk, but he's walking the walk as well. 48 hours ago, surviving the Elimination Chamber match and retaining his United States Championship. Theory at pace now.
Oh, look at the power.
Edge feeling the effects now as Theory goes to grab the leg and looks to win it and retain, and Edge kicks out.
Beginning to look as though even the rated R superstar, the Hall of Famer Edge, was not adequately prepared to experience Austin Theory live.
No. You hear me?
Edge in agony. As the massive crowd here in Ottawa watch on. We are in WrestleMania season, and it's a United States Championship match with Theory in control now over Edge.
Edge doing his best to make his way back to his feet. The WWE Universe here in Ottawa cheering on their hero. And Theory into the cover.
Over now. Austin Theory once more looking to retain. Edge kicks out.
And this is a smart strategy. This is a veteran strategy that we're seeing play out from Austin Theory as we look yet again at Theory taking a shortcut. That's something that Edge 9-10 years ago would not have fallen for. Edge was the guy who was bending the rules before you realized it. Now, as we can see, Theory is a step ahead of the Hall of Famer.
You're often quick to point out no wasted movement with Austin Theory. Straight back in once more to grab Edge.
And Theory realizes that Edge is still extremely dangerous. Edge is a massive threat to Theory's forever reign. So Austin Theory's playing it a bit tentative right here. Notice a rear chin lock. He's not going to beat Edge with a rear chin lock, but he's wearing the Hall of Famer down. He's making Edge fight from underneath. The champion is stacking the odds against the challenger.
Nothing lasts forever. The words of Edge. Man, face first into the turnbuckle.
Theory measuring Edge. Boom! Right on the jaw. That could do it.
Theory
cover.
To retain his United States Championship, and Edge kicks out. Edge is still alive.
Is he?